what happens with that property. And so that's an issue that we're dealing with. And also we've got a right-of-way going to a lake from a main road. And there's somebody has put a propane tank in the right-of-way. And is there a responsibility for the county, or whose responsibility is that to patrol that or police that and determine, you know, the liability or is there anything to be done about it?
That may be the sheriff's responsibility.
Could be the sheriff's department.
Off the top of my head. Yeah, you know, those are, just in general, our discussion is, first of all, lake rights of way and easements are a whole specialized area of the law itself, very confusing, very difficult to work with, especially in this county where you got a lot of that going on up there. You got a lot of old plats of subdivision and things and right-of-ways that have been there for years and years and years. So every one of those cases is a new and interesting adventure. And the road thing kind of the same way, really.
I think in the past, the way we've dealt with it, right, wrong, or indifferent, is, I think we said that's a civil.
Well, as an attorney who used to come in here when I wasn't representing the board with clients, trying to eliminate right-of-ways and address these issues, that was my experience. That this was, and you can't police that here, honestly. You're going to be spending a lot of time and money quelling neighborhood disagreements.
That's what it is, yeah.
And you need your attention on other things. I won't ever say more important, but different things.
So when you're saying that it's a civil issue, then that they should take it to court with their neighbor about it? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
What about the deal with the highway department, though? Where
well, that's our issue.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
the highway department was our issue.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the question, and it's, again, every county has this, could have, potentially have this issue, you know, over the years, roadways get expanded by gravel gets thrown out and whatnot. And so where does the right of way begin and end and those kind of things? Again, each one is dependent on the facts and circumstances in each case. You have to really dig into that first and then figure out what is there a solution to that problem. And that's what you and I have to be about it now.
okay.
But doesn't right-of-way begin at the center of the road, Michael? I mean, if you want a starting point.
One of the issues I think we're talking about here, and it's happened for a very long time, is when people make turns on curves, and let's say this has been happening over 20 years, there's not a corner post there, they just keep brushing that to the inside, to the inside, to the inside, and then that gets paved, and that becomes the road. And what I heard, after 7 years, the road, where it's traveled by the public, is the road. But then you have lines that come up there, you know, from little property lines, and that's where you get into some of the problems.
Yeah, a lot of times you get a succeeding landowner comes in with a survey and says, you know, so that's the issue we're talking about here.
Okay.
It's not a big issue, but it's an issue that needs to be dealt with. So, somehow, some way.
Okay, anything else, Dan?
That's all I have.
Commissioner?
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you, Dan.